Hey, everybody. We're just finished up our prayer meeting here today. Just a handful of us came out, and such a good prayer meeting. I want to encourage you to, jump on there. We keep them up on the archives and Facebook, YouTube. You can find it. I'm thinking of the Matthew 6 Lord's Prayer right now, because the Lord teaches us to pray, and this prayer is so applicable in any circumstance that we find ourselves in, whether in good times or in bad. And there's the very first phrase really helps us to calm down and be comforted by the assurance that God is still God and that He's our Father. Listen to this, Matthew 6. He says, when you pray, understand that God knows the things you have need of before we even ask. Number one, He's saying right off the bat, God sees us. He understands us. Some of our fears, some of our anxieties, some of the things that we're trying to already project in the future and beginning to worry. He says, know this, before you even open your mouth, God sees where you're at. He understands. And then Jesus would say, in the midst of that, here's what I'm going to have you to do. Here's how I want you to pray. He says, the very first thing in this prayer, pray like this: Our Father who is in heaven, holy is your name. The first thing Jesus is teaching us to do in the midst of, again, any circumstance is to quiet our soul and go right to our Father who is in control. Think of a father comforting his child in the midst of fear, in the middle of the night, in the midst of trouble with friends or any other circumstance. Jesus is saying, be like a child, come to our Father and know that He can comfort us and calm our anxieties. He says, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. And then he says, pray this, that your kingdom would come and your will would be done. And I want to encourage you to take a moment and begin to pray this over your kids. Pray this over your home, your business, and our city right now. That God's kingdom and all that He stands for, righteousness, power over sickness, power over the works of darkness, that those things would invade and make wrong things right. Guys, God is our Father. He sees us. He can bring comfort, and He will listen to us as we lean in and pray. God bless you today. We'll be on here frequently, so stay tuned with us.